Hi, and welcome to Operation Remote Resilience. My name is Janel Norton. I'm a Warriors at Ease certified teacher, and I'm here today to guide you through a really nice, easy 30-minute gentle chair yoga class. So enjoy. All right, so go ahead and find yourself at the edge of your seat. So if you're back here doing the slouch asana, come on up out of that and come to the edge. So maybe scooch your buns up just a little bit, walk your feet so that your ankles are aligned underneath your knees. Knees are in line with your hips. And then we'll start with this nice strong base here, pressing the feet down into the floor. Maybe even think about the toes pressing down into the earth, all the way back to the heels. Good. And then give a scrunch to the shoulders here on your in-breath. Give a nice squeeze up to the ears. Hold. And exhale, let them just settle down. Nice. And then let those shoulders be loose. If you need to make a little wiggle, send them slightly back behind you so you have this little opening across the collarbones here. Just a little pinch back of the shoulder blades. And think of the crown of the head, even if it's just energetically reaching to the ceiling, so we feel that length come into the back of the cervical spine here. Chin is in line with the floor. Maybe slightly draw the head just a little bit to the wall behind you. Feel that beautiful length in the neck here. And then feeling grounded in the feet, palms are placed on top of the thighs, shoulders relax down and back, crown of the head tall, so we're just checking in there again. And then from here, just notice yourself breathing, feeling that nice space that's opening in the front of the body from this nice tall seated posture, which we lose when we're doing this. We start to contract forward. So right here, we're starting to invite the air a little deeper into the lungs. And you can have a nice soft gaze at the floor, or you can close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And we'll begin a box breath here. So the box breath is just inhaling to your count of 4, filling the lungs from bottom to top, front to back, side to side. And then when you get to 4, hold full for a count of 2. And then exhale for a count of 4, draw the belly into the spine, get all the stale air out, and hold empty at the bottom for a count of 2. And begin again. So we'll all be at a little different breath capacity. So I'm not going to count. You do your internal count of 4, holding at the top for 2, exhaling for a count of 4, nice long exhale. Draw that belly in, hold empty for 2. And we're going to stay here for 5 rounds like this. Each inhale, think of maybe inviting a little bit more length in the spine. And each exhale, think about releasing and relaxing tension that you may be holding in the face, the jaw, the shoulders, the hips, the lower back, and knees. Inhaling nice and tall for that 4 count. Finding that 2 count hold and exhaling for that count of 4. Loosening, releasing tension and relaxing. And then holding empty at the bottom. And begin again. And if the mind is drifting off here, like, am I doing this right? Or what's next? Just allow that to kind of fade out of your mind and stay here anchored in this count with the breath, feeling maybe this wave of perhaps a little bit more relaxation come into the body and the mind. Go ahead and find your last 2 rounds here. Last round. Take your time. We'll all meet in the same place. Beautiful. Whenever you find the bottom of that last 2 count hold, then just allow the breath to remain nice and deep. Maybe if the eyes are closed, flutter them open, but you can allow the counting to fall away now. And throughout the rest of our practice, try to remain with this nice deep inhale and exhale. So go ahead and interlace your fingers here first. And then you're going to press your palms out away from you. Feel that nice little stretch in the wrists here. Let the shoulders drop down. We're going to work a little bit with the breath. So on your inhale, you're just going to start to draw those palms up towards the ceiling, wherever that is for you. It doesn't have to make it to the ceiling. If you have shoulder injuries, notice if the ears start to creep up or the shoulders to the ears, let them release down and back. And then as you exhale, just go ahead and bring those arms forward. Good. We're going to do one more like that. Inhale, let those palms come towards the ceiling or wherever that is for you. Feel that nice stretch. Exhale it down. Good. We're going to do two more here. We're going to add a little rounding now to the spine. Inhale it up. Keep pressing the palms away, getting that stretch between the fingers and the wrists. Now as we exhale, we're going to draw the belly into the spine and round the upper back. Maybe drop the chin to the chest. Nice. Inhale that all the way up. Maybe a little back bend here. Start to get a little deeper into that flexion of the spine in the front. And then exhale round. Follow that breath all the way down to the bottom. And then we'll inhale all the way up. And then go ahead and bring those palms behind your head. So wherever that is for you, if you're like me and you have a hair clip in, it might be a little awkward. And then press the back of the head into the hands. Let those elbows draw back behind you. Just sit nice and tall here for a moment. Feel yourself rooted into the feet. And we're going to take just a little bit of twisting here. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, just a little twist towards your left. I'll be opposite you guys. Feel that nice stretch along that right lat. Inhale, bring it back up. And then take it over towards your right with the left elbow. And you come as deep into these as it feels appropriate for you. You might just be doing a little tiny twist left and right, or you might be doing a big twist left and right. Work with your breath. Maybe even close the eyes again and just feel into the spine. We're going to take one more on each side wherever you are. I know the arms are starting to feel a little tired and fatigued, but it's all going to be worth it when we're done. Good. Inhale up nice and tall. And now go ahead and allow those arms to come down to the sides and give them a little shake. Let all the blood rush back into the fingers. Good. Let's just take a couple breaths here. Let the arms inhale just straight on up. As you exhale, allow them to come down to your sides. Just let that blood rush back in. Inhale them all the way up. Exhale, let them come down to the sides. Two more with your breath. You can go as slow or as fast as you need to here. Last one, inhale. Exhale, allow them to come down. Good. Now from here, go ahead and bring yourself into Cactus Arms. So the elbows are going to be out from the shoulders. Think about pressing the backs of the hands and the elbows towards that back wall. You're going to feel a stretch across your pecs. And think about squeezing those shoulder blades slightly behind you. Good. And then from here, go ahead and take your right ear and start to draw it towards your right shoulder. Maybe take these right fingertips to the crown of the head and just feel that little stretch of the neck. You can stay here, or if you want, you can start to straighten that left arm. Maybe the palm faces the ceiling, getting a little deeper sensation. And then if that arm is nice and straight, or if it's bent, you can do these little movements here with the breath, with the wrist opening. So big breath in, maybe tip the fingers up to the ceiling. Exhale, let that hand go flat. Take just about 3 rounds like that here. Inhale, flex the wrist and the fingers up. Exhale, let them go flat. You're still allowing the weight of the head here to guide that right ear a little bit more towards the right shoulder. Exhale, flat. And then go ahead and release that side. Let the arms come down to your sides again. Let the head come up. And if you want, maybe roll the shoulders back a couple times here. Feel the difference between the left and right neck. And we're going to fix that here in just a moment. Good. So go ahead and bring those hands back to cactus. Think about the elbows are right out from the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades back, open the front of the chest. Spread the fingers nice and wide here so there's lots of energy coming through the fingertips. And then big breath in. Exhale, let that left ear guide towards the left shoulder. And then maybe just take the fingertips of that left hand to the crown of the head, very gently guiding that ear, maybe a little more. You can stay here, or maybe that right palm faces the ceiling and we straighten that right arm out. Good. And then here, maybe a little bit of movement with the wrist. Inhale, take the fingers up to the ceiling, stretching the top of the wrist. Exhale, flatten that palm out. Good. Let's take 3 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Keep loosening the neck, letting that shoulder and the ear just melt towards the left. Good. Working with our breath one more time. Fingers face up, opening top of the wrist. Exhale, flat palm. And then go ahead and release that side. The head will come all the way back up. And then maybe now finding a little bit more evenness in the shoulders. We can roll the shoulders back a few times. And then we'll roll the shoulders frontwards a few times. Good. And then we'll find our cactus arms one more time. So go ahead and find that. Squeeze it back. It's almost like you can just pop right into this now because you know where you're going. And we're going to take a little rounding for the back. So take a big breath in. And then think about bringing your forearms and your palms together in front of you and round through that whole back. Maybe the chin drops to the sternum, opening the back of the neck. Inhale, open it up. Think about the heart opening here, stretching back and wide. Exhale, round through the front. Press those forearms and those palms together, chin drops. 2 more times. Inhale, open. And all those arms are getting nice and warm. It's good. Exhale, squeeze together, round. Good. One more in here. Exhale, round, forward, press. And then inhale, come back to neutral. And then go ahead and take those palms all the way back down to your knees. Good. So a little bit of a cat-cow here, taking that spine all the way up on the inhale. Draw the shoulders down the back, sternum lifts, eye gaze might look up. As you exhale, you can use the leverage of holding onto your knees to round through the spine, shoulders round forward again, chin drops to sternum. A little bit more flexion and extension here in the whole spine with this one, so enjoy that. And again, you can make these as big or as small as you need to. We're just working our way through each vertebra with the breath. Good. Take 2 more rounds here. Exhale, round. And then we'll come to that nice neutral spine. We're at the edge of our seat. So here we just let those legs come a little bit wide, and we're going to do what's called a sun goddess salute. I just made that up, so here we go. Go ahead and squeeze those knees behind you so that you have a nice wide open in the front. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw the belly to the spine. And like you got some flowers underneath you here, you're just going to scoop them up. And then inhale all the way up. So again, you can come as deep as you want in this one. If you just have a little bit of a bend, maybe your flowers are way up here and you scoop them and then come up. So you don't have to go all the way to the floor. We're just working with the breath. As you exhale, come down and scoop those flowers. Inhale it up. So we're still nice and rooted into the feet. We're going to do 3 more like this. Exhale down, scoop. Inhale it up. Good. 2 more. Exhale. Scoop your flowers. Throw them into the air. And last one here. Good. Inhale it all the way up. And then go ahead and keep your legs wide. Bring your hands to your knees. Take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, just a little twist of that right shoulder towards the left knee. Feel a nice little opening in the lower right quadrant of the back. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, take it to the other side. The left shoulder is going towards the inner right thigh or right knee. Inhale it up. 2 more each side. Exhale towards the left. Inhale it up. Exhale towards the right. Inhale up. Good. Last one each side. Maybe you're finding that maybe you have a little more space opening in that lower back and you can come in a little more. Just feel into the spine and what it needs today for you. Every day we come to our practice, it might be a little different, so take each day as a brand new thing. It doesn't have to be or look like it was last time. Good. And then from here, go ahead and walk those legs together, and we're going to come to standing. So I'm going to move my chair sideways. You can just come to the back of your chair if you want. I'm going to move mine here so you can see what we're doing. You want to make sure that your chair, again, is on something that's going to secure it. So if you're on like a slidey floor, maybe put something a little sticky under your chair, or a piece of carpet would work too. So we're going to use the chair to do a modified down dog today. Hands are on the back of the chair, and then you're going to walk those feet back, I don't know, a couple feet from the edge of the chair so you feel like you're starting to lean forward. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, you're just going to allow the sternum to start to come through towards the earth. And you can have a bend in the knees here. Let the head stay in line with the spine, and you're going to start to feel a stretch in the triceps and those side lats. And you're pressing nice and firmly into the feet. You can have as deep of a bend here in the knees as you need to. That will help the lower back, or you can straighten the legs. Just make sure you're not locking out at the knees. Good. And we're breathing, so notice if your breath has gotten short. If you need to come out of that a little bit, you can come out for a few and then maybe drop back in. So you're trying to lengthen those inhales and exhales as long as you can. You're going to take about 3 more deep breaths here. Just feel that lovely stretch happening in that upper and side back, lower back, a little bit into the hammies. 1 more deep breath in. Nice long exhale. If the knees are straight, you're going to bend them deeply, look up to the back of your chair, and then just start to walk your feet up just a little bit, maybe 1 step forward. We're going to get in a little bit deeper now. So we usually do this one in child's pose on the floor. It's a really good stretch for the triceps, and you should feel it right from the tips of your scapula blades up that upper back. So go ahead and bring your elbows now to the back of the chair. And you might have to move your feet in a little bit. Just make sure that you're anchored, that the chair, you're not putting so much pressure on the back of this chair that you flip it backwards. So you want to be mindful there. And then from here, you're going to start to let that chest fall again. And maybe bring the thumbs to the back of the neck if that feels okay, or you can keep the hands up. You're just allowing the weight of that upper body to sink towards the floor. Again, deepen in the knees here if you need it. And you should feel that from the tips of the scapular blades, right? In that upper mid-back. Getting that nice deep stretch, and breathe. Good. 3 more deep breaths here. One more inhale. Nice long exhale. On the inhale, bring that head up first, and then maybe bring those hands to the back of the chair. Slight bend in the knees, come all the way up tall. Good, and then we're just going to find mountain pose here for a moment. So let your feet be hip width apart, let the shoulders rest down from the ears, crown of the head's nice and tall. Maybe the palms slightly face forward to keep that nice opening across the heart. Good. And then inhale, go ahead and draw those arms all the way up. Feel the length in the body. Exhale, bring those hands into heart center. Good. Let those arms come down to the sides and then sweep it up on the in-breath. Exhale, connect into center. Good. 2 more of those. Release the hands down. Inhale all the way up to the top of the mountain. Exhale in through heart center. Good. Release arms down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Good. So we're going to use our chair again. I'm going to keep it facing this way and just come to the side of my chair. So the chair is just here as a prop for us. We're going to come into what's called pyramid pose. So we're going to start with the right foot forward and the left foot back. And then you can have these feet kind of railroad tracking, so they might be wide apart if you need a little more of a base, or you can tightrope them a little more together, and that will create a little bit more of a balanced posture for you. So wherever you are, root into the balls of the feet all the way back to the heels. Feel really grounded here, pressing the right foot forward into the earth and pressing that left foot back. And then from here, you can hold on to your chair, left hand to the hip. And then as you exhale, the legs are going to stay straight, just not locking at the knee. There's a micro bend behind each knee. And just start to dip the chest towards the earth. And then you can maybe slide that right hand down to the seat. And you can stay right here, really grounding into each foot. And then maybe think of drawing that right hip slightly behind you, and you'll feel a little bit more length come into the back of that right leg. And you stay right here with a flat back and breathe. If you have it in your practice and you want to come a little deeper, maybe bending in and coming to the forearm, or some of you might be able to come all the way down to the foot or the floor. But the chair is here for you as a nice little prop. So wherever you are, we're going to take another 5 deep breaths. Keep thinking about getting as much length in the back of that right leg as you can. Keep the breath nice and deep, and your eye gaze is just locked on something here. And let everything else just kind of fade away and feel the energy that's moving through these openings that we're creating here in the body. Good. Take 1 more breath in. Long exhale. Root into the ball of that right big toe, straight and strong, flat back. Come all the way up. Woo! That's a big one, right? And then go ahead and step that right foot back. And then we're going to take a nice connecting breath here. Inhale those arms up. Exhale through center. Good. Release those arms down to the side. And then we're going to take that on the other side. So step that left foot forward. And it depends, if you want, you can always take that on the other side of the chair. You know, you might want to think about doing that. I'm going to move it so you can get another perspective on this pose. So I'm going to be on the left side of my chair with my left foot forward, right foot back. Again, as wide as you need it in the legs to feel stable. Feel rooted down and pushing forward with that left foot and back with the right. And then holding onto our chair, right hand is at the hip. Big breath will lengthen the spine. Exhale, maybe begin that journey forward. Staying holding onto the chair here, or maybe find another version, bringing the hand to the seat. Keep drawing that right hip back. Just holding wherever you find your edge. It doesn't matter. You might go a lot deeper on one side and not so much the other. You just feel into what you need here on this side. If you want to go a little more, maybe you come on down to the forearm. Maybe you can slide a hand down to the earth. It doesn't matter. Just breathe wherever you find yourself here. There's no goal in these poses other than how it feels in your body. So you'll know if you go too far. If that happens, just back out. We never want to feel pain, but we do want to find our edge. So we're starting to create these little subtle changes in the body, getting a little bit more space in these tight spots that we usually don't get into. Take 3 more deep breaths. One more big, beautiful in-breath. Nice, long out breath. Good. Root into the mound of that left big toe, straight leg flat back. You can use the chair to press yourself up tall. Take your time. And then go ahead and step that right foot up to meet the left. Nice. Take a connecting breath. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale it down through heart center. Good. Take 2 more cleansing rounds. Inhale. Exhale through center. Good. Drop those arms. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale through center. Good. We're going to come back to our seat. So go ahead and find your glutes on your chair. And then you don't have to be at the edge of your seat on this one. You can slide it back. Just remember, no chair asana. We're nice and tall here in the spine. And then go ahead and just cross that right knee over the left. If that's not working for you, you can just cross one ankle over the other ankle, whatever feels good. And then think about lengthening this left arm up. And then we're going to take a little twist towards the right. So you're going to take this right arm and maybe bring the forearm to the outside of that right thigh. You can stay right here and maybe start to gaze towards the right. Maybe you can take that right arm down to the chair and assist for a little deeper stretch as eye gaze goes towards the right shoulder. So these are all options. You don't have to go any further than right here. Tall spine, little twist from the mid-thoracic all the way up. Or if you want more, go ahead and find it. We're going to stay here for 3 more deep breaths. Think about somebody having a string attached to the crown of your head, drawing you up nice and tall. Think about somebody putting some nice big bricks on your shoulders so that they're weighted down. Take 1 more breath in. And as you exhale, if the head is back, bring it forward and then allow that whole spine to unwind and undo the legs. Good. And then we're going to take that on the other side. So cross either ankles or left knee over the right. And then that right arm is going to come up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, find that twist on the side. Maybe think about this right forearm coming to the outside of that left thigh, and you can just stay right here. Maybe you can use the leverage of that forearm, gently pressing into that thigh, getting a little deeper into that twist on the side, or you can even bring the arm behind the left arm and gaze towards the left shoulder. Just wherever you are, we're breathing deeply here for 3 more deep breaths. Good. 1 more in-breath. If the head is turned back, go ahead and draw it forward first, and then that whole spine unwinds. Go ahead and let those feet come flat onto the floor. Take 1 more big connecting breath. Root into the feet and into the glutes as you reach up nice and tall. Exhale, go ahead and bring those hands back to the knees. See if you can recreate that pose that we found at the beginning of our class today. So we're rooting into the toes, into the balls of the feet, all the way back to the ankles. Feel the weight of the legs here. Maybe close the eyes or have that soft eye gaze. Let the shoulders relax down and slightly behind you. Crown of the head is still nice and tall. The chin is in line with the floor, sending the back of the head towards the back of the room. And notice the breath. Keep the breath nice and deep, inhaling. Nice, long, complete exhaling. And let everything melt. Just connect with all the sensations that might be arising in those spots that we worked on today. Just following the coolness of the inhale, feeling the belly and the ribs expand. And allow the exhales to be warm as they pass through the nostrils. Feel the belly drawing towards the spine. Just being here in each moment with each breath. Thank you so much for joining me as part of the Warriors at Ease Operation Remote Resilience, and I hope you enjoyed this class. So this video is available to the public on the Warrior Studies YouTube channel shortly. So make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you never miss a class. And please consider making a donation in the link below to keep these classes free for all. It's viewers like you that make it possible for teachers like me to provide these services. This is Janelle signing off for WAE, Operation Remote Resilience in Health, Resilience, and Connection.